Okay, let's talk about something that affects all of us. We've all got these little mental shortcuts, right? These habits of thinking that we rely on every single day. But what if? What if some of those very habits are actually holding us back? Like silent saboteurs in our own minds, secretly capping our potential. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the two biggest mental traps that do just this right here. This is the tough truth we need to face. You might think these little quirks and how you think are no big deal, but they're not harmless. They're like a door that's slowly creaking shut, closing your mind off from new ideas and, yeah, lowering your potential. This isn't about becoming a genius overnight. It's about making sure we aren't our own worst enemy. And see, here's the thing. Those surface-level habits we notice, they're really just the tip of the iceberg. They're symptoms. And if you want to fix the problem, you can't just treat the symptoms. You've got to go deeper, right down to the root cause. And in this case, that means understanding two major mental traps. So let's start with the first one, and it is a big one. It's called cognitive rigidity. The best way to think about it is like your mind is a car that's gotten stuck in first gear. You can't shift up, you can't adapt, even when the road ahead completely changes. Let's really break down what that means. So this is the official definition. Basically, it's that moment when you're hit with new, solid information that totally contradicts something you believe. And what do? You just dig in your heels. Instead of going, maybe I need to rethink this, your brain just doubles down. It is the absolute enemy of learning, of growing, of getting smarter. So what does this actually look like in real life? Oh, you've seen it. It's that knee-jerk reaction when someone presents a new idea, and your first thought is, nope, that's stupid. It's when you deliberately avoid clicking on an article or watching a video because you know it's going to challenge your worldview. And maybe the biggest one? It's spending all your time in an echo chamber, only searching for stuff that confirms what you already think. It feels comfortable, but really it's intellectual quicksand. All right, on to trap number 2. The illusion of overconfidence. This one is so tricky because it feels good. It feels like you know what you're talking about. But it's this dangerous belief that you know way more than you actually do. And man, is it a powerful barrier to ever learning anything new. You know, psychologists actually have a name for this. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's a type of cognitive bias, which is really just a predictable glitch in our thinking. And it's fascinating. The short version is, sometimes, the less you know about something, the more confident you are that you're an expert. Your lack of knowledge is so profound, it actually prevents you from even seeing how much you don't know. It's a total blind spot. And this chart just illustrates the paradox perfectly. I mean, look at this. That top line shows someone with super low understanding, but their confidence is through the roof. That's your uninformed expert. Now compare that to the person on the bottom line, the actual expert. They have a deep understanding, but their confidence is lower. It's more cautious. Why? Because they know enough to know how much they don't know. So you see this trap in action when people speak in absolutes, using words like always, never, obviously. It's when they look at a really complex subject and just go, pfft, how hard could it be? They oversimplify everything. And maybe the most telling sign of all? It's a flat-out refusal to ever say those 3 incredibly powerful words, I was wrong. You know, let's just pause on that for a second. This is a question that's worth being really honest with yourself about. Think about it. Is there any area in your life, at work, a hobby, maybe even in your relationships, where your confidence might be writing checks that your actual competence can't cash? Okay, so we've looked at the 2 big traps, getting mentally stuck and thinking we know more than we do. It might sound a little bleak, but it's really not. The good news is, once you can see the traps, you can start to dismantle them. There's a clear path forward to building a more open, flexible, and honestly, a smarter mind. Now, this is absolutely crucial to understand. You can't fix this problem by just reading more articles or watching more documentaries. If your mind is rigid or overconfident, piling more facts on top is like pouring water into a clogged drain. It won't work. The real cure is a fundamental shift in how you think about your own knowledge. So here's the playbook. First, learn to embrace doubt. Start treating your beliefs not as a part of your identity, but as hypotheses, as theories that are meant to be tested and maybe even proven wrong. Second, stop running from disagreement and start seeking it out. I mean it. Go find the smartest, most reasonable person who holds the opposite view and just listen. Really try to understand where they're coming from. And finally, number 3, practice changing your mind. It's not a sign of weakness, it's the ultimate sign of intellectual strength.
And that brings us to the end. I want to leave you with this one last question to chew on. Seriously, think about it. What is one core foundational belief that you hold about the world, about your career, about yourself, that you've never, ever really allowed to be challenged? Whatever just popped into your head, that might be the perfect place to start.